we had no black students at Classen High School, just none.
Well, they weren't. They
And
had schools for black children.
They just didn't have them there. And as far as our hand, we just didn't play with them. But I know as I was growing up, one of my playmates was black. This was actually in McAllister. We rode there for a little while, lived at McAllister for a while. And one of my playmates was a black fella who was the best marble shooter there. I had won all the marbles in my ward, and he used to win the ball from me then. But I had no.
He beat you?
Oh my, yes. And anyway, he got me started using stealing balls, he called them. And that was just that was a much heavier marble than any of the others.
Was it metal?
It was metal.
Yeah.
Stealing balls. That's cool.
But going back to that, Ada Lois Scipio Fisher was a patient of mine.
Do you remember her name?
Well, she's the one that started integration at Norman. In fact,
And she sat in the front of a bus rather than the back.
And about what time was that? What date was that?
that was, well, I
50s?
was a resident in medicine, so it was before I went into dermatology.
So this is before the Rosa
No.
Parks and all that.
Oh yeah, she started all of it.
She started all of
she-
it.
At Norman.
And what was her
And
name?
there, Ada Lois Scipio
Ada Lois Scipio.
at that time, and she had alopecia areata from all the strain that she was under. It was,
Tell her what
That-
alopecia areata
I
is.
will.
Yeah.
That's hair loss.
I was going to say hair loss.
And
Mhm.
she lost most of her hair just from the strain. Once she was admitted to OU, her hair started growing again. I was told that later on she developed alopecia areata again, but she was under so much pressure then, and she was such a nice lady and a nice girl
I've
back
been
then.
mowing this yard and he was here once and back
Apparently
again.
he had a lot to do out there.
I guess. Okay, excuse me, go ahead. I turned around and I thought, hey, there he is now. He's been here for 2 hours.
More than 2 hours. Well,
Yeah.
Norman had the worst Jim Crow laws supposedly in the nation. At one time, there were like signs that said, "Don't be here after dark" or something
Well,
like
that's
that.
right. They couldn't stay after dark in Norman. And she was wonderful in that she was under this intense pressure for quite a while. And she quit one time, I remember, because she said, "I just can't take it." But they talked her into continuing with
Well,
it.
in a lot of places, old towns, they couldn't stay overnight. Bless your heart.
But I saw her as a patient out at University Hospital because I was resident out there at the time.
Because you saw her as a patient, did you face a lot of
Hostility
hostility from your other
or was
work
it just
members
common for
because you were helping her, or was it everybody
Oh,
was
no.
just kind of?
Oh, I don't know that I faced any hostility. You had to help blacks as well as anybody then, and she was so nice.
They would see black patients in separate clinic times, wouldn't you, from white patients? The black patients were segregated. Wouldn't
Well,
you?
they were, at one time, they were totally separated at University Hospital. but
So
now-
they weren't even in the same area, not
That's-
just on the same day, but different areas.
That's right.
Uh,
Interesting.
And they wouldn't mix like black and white people sitting out waiting to see the doctor.
No,
Interesting.
I think the greatest thing that ever was the ball player, Jackie Robinson. I think he's the greatest because that's when things started changing, when he took some awful things, insults after insult, and he did not combat it. And anyway, I think he's the one that really started integration and has brought about this big change that should have come long before it did. Because some of the great ball players were black people that
They had their own league,
they had their own league.
their own
And they
music, their
couldn't-
own league, their own
And when they
TV
traveled, say,
movies.
from town to town, some cities they couldn't stay in the same hotel
Right.
as the rest of the team.
Amazing.
Oh, I can remember commuting to Norman, and there would be some black students sitting on the back of the interurban, and
The trolley. Oh,
in the interurban.
that's a perfect next question about the trolley through Oklahoma City.
Yeah.